Hi everybody, Parashat Vayigash, Eliyahu Jian, finished Zot Chanukah. Thank you for all the people in our community who joined me to the Marine Space on Saturday, as we been announced to be the biggest organization to donate and give money to soldier, to give them gift, as we do every holiday, every Jewish holiday. Those of you who still want to donate and join us, we just did a big donation for the base and helping our soldier to protect us and make America a safe place and make it the great country as it is. May God bless America, and I hope we all feel that way, and we all need to learn to support. And I hope you join us in supporting. We support with food and spiritual, Kabbalistic Jewish education for the Jewish soldier who cannot basically receive that in the base. So again, thank you for the people who join us. It was wonderful. ויגש אליו יהודה, ויאמר בי אדוני. The story continue. First I tell you the story. Yehuda is coming to tell Yosef, after Yosef say, Binyamin stole the goblet, the cup, and he has to be a prisoner. Yehuda doesn't like it because he was mitchayev, he was telling his father he will bring Binyamin back. So Yehuda, in a one way, is approaching Yosef, and another way is threatening Yosef. Those of you who read Me'am lawyers, Naphtali, one of the tribe, was the fastest human being alive ever. So he could do kfitzat haderech, he could do something called kfitzat haderech. What is kfitzat haderech? The only book in English that kfitzat haderech mentioned is called Dune, D-U-N-E. Kfitzat haderech can be done in three ways. Is when you teleport your body and soul to a different location. Naphtali was the fastest, as Yaakov blessed him. Ayala shlucha. So they're all checking. It looked like they're going to war. That's a little understanding. That's not a deep understanding. So you say, you go to Yosef, say, please, you are like Pharaoh. You ask us if we have father or brother. You didn't ask us if we have sister. You knew what to ask. And we told you. Vayivateru levado. His father liked him because he's the youngest. And if he leave his father will die. And we cannot live with this condition. And then he tells the story of his father. His father told them, listen, it's a very interesting verse in 28, chapter 24. ויצא אחד מאיתי, Yaakov is saying those words, but Yehuda said the words in the name of Yaakov. And he said, ואומר, אך טרוף טורף. טרוף טורף. Meaning, he was eaten. As you remember, when they kidnapped Yosef, they said that he was attacked by an animal, by a beast. But look at the verse. I hope you see it. ולא ראיתיו עד הנה. And I didn't see it till now. אור החיים said, הרי זה מגיד, כי ישנו בנמצא. אלא שעדיין לא ראה אותה. That means it exists, but I didn't see him yet. The reason I'm looking now is because I didn't see it before. It's beautiful. I'm not going to go into it because there is all stuff after that. Beautiful. He said, I'm responsible for the boy. How can I go to my father and my father will suffer? At that moment, chapter 45, my friend, verse 1. 3 weeks of exile between the brothers, it stopped. ולא יכל יוסף להתאפק. Yosef couldn't hold anymore. And so everybody leave. And Yosef tell them, אני יוסף. I'm Joseph. לא יכלו לאחיו לענות אותו, כי נבהלו מפניו. They couldn't bear the shame because they get scared. And he said, come to me. I'm Joseph that you sold me to Egypt. And don't be sad because that came from God. Right away, he cleared it out. So, I'm looking. It cannot be it. We live, guys, we live in such a spiritual exile now. We're in the worst time of spiritual exile. People study everything but real Kabbalah. Nobody wanted to look for the deep secret. People like the surface of Kabbalah. Either they say they study Kabbalah and they get excited because it sounds mystical and fashionable, or they are against it. I don't know if the people who studied in the wrong way cause the people who don't study it at all to be against it. Don't know. But here we go. I'm finding in Pituchei Chotam, Rabbi Yaakov Abu Hasera, who was influenced a lot by the Ben Ish Chai and all the Sephardic Kabbalists. I'd say like that. יהודה הוא מי שהודה על עוונו ורוצה לחזור בתשובה. What does that mean, Vayigash עליו יהודה say? Take a whole twist into the verse and say, forget about the state that Torah the way it is. It's forbidden. The Zohar says it's forbidden. Yehuda is a person. Any person who's spiritual. What makes you spiritual? שהודה על עוונו. He confessed. He agreed about the sin he did. And he want to do tshuva. Yehuda represents the person who want to do tshuva, want to do repentance. וניגש לקדוש ברוך הוא בשלושה דברים. And he get closer to God with three things. So ויגש אליו יהודה, אליו, like ויאמרו אליו, similar to the idea of שרה אימנו with the שלוש מלאכים. It's not written here, but that's my idea. And you have three נקודות about the אליו, the מלאכים. So אליו is corresponding to the same concept as the creator. ויגש אליו יהודה. Every time you say ויגש, as it's written in the Yalkut Shimoni, it means three things. War, פיוס, making peace, ותפילה, and a prayer. המלחמה הוא שצריך לאזור מותם מכאן ולהבא עם היצר הרע. What is the war? You have to be strong to fight with your evil within. That's the war. הפיוס, the peace, הוא הווידוי. Is the confession. שמתוודה לפני הקדוש ברוך הוא ומבקש ממנו בכל כל שעבר עליו. A person confessed whatever he did till now. התפילה, the pray. המתפלל לקדוש ברוך הוא שיהיה בעזרו. Pray to God to be on your side. ויגש אליו יהודה. זה שהודה על עוונו. He confessed his sin. So what do we learn from here? Yehuda, it's from the word odaya, meaning agree that I did something wrong. So in a way, spiritual person is a person who look inside and find what's wrong with himself. Spiritual person who's busy making a task or list of their achievement is not a spiritual person. So ask Pituchei Chotam, Rabbi Yaakov Abosera ask. So how it continue conversation? Please don't get angry with your servant. You are like Pharaoh. And when God making judgment, it's Elohim. Still not clear. We know that God has many names. One of the strongest names, Yud Kei Vav Kei, that's it's a name of mercy. The other famous name is Elohim, also God, but that's judgment. When he said to Yosef, "V'ne kamocha keFaro," kamocha, you are exactly like Pharaoh, but the word kamocha is the same gematria and molecular value of Elohim. So when it says Ali charabcha v'avdecha, the person, in this case Yehuda, praying to God and saying, I know that I don't deserve to get what I want, but Ali charabcha v'avdecha. So now we all story. It's no longer Yehuda and Yosef. It's no longer some story about Pharaoh and their brothers. All of a sudden we're dealing with story that has to do with the human being trying to have a better life. So it's opening the gate to all new level. The story, if we look from the point of the story, is very simple. Yehuda get closer to Yosef. Yosef revealed himself to everybody. They bring in the father to Egypt, beginning of exile, and then Joseph controlled the finance of the entire universe around us. That's the story. Let's read a little bit Sfat Emet, see where it's taking us. The Admor of Gur. My personal opinion, whoever don't study at Sfat Emet, not fully understand Kabbalah. Sfat Emet, when you study Sfat Emet, it opened the gate. Is it in English too? No. I'm sorry, we gotta work on it. I need some more translator. Whoever speak English, Hebrew, I need you. Okay? We need to translate it. Vayigash Elav Yehuda. Also, he said it's a מלשון הודעה. הודעה. Hoda'ah can be translated also as appreciation and gratitude. So the name Yehuda, if you remember when Leah gave the name Yehuda, עכשיו אודה אל השם. Now I will say thank you to Hashem. So you say, what Sfat Emet heard from his teacher, שנקראו יהודים על שם שמודים להשם יתברך. When I was in the base, the marine space, the gentleman, one of the guests who spoke, is come from Iran, and he explained how much the Jewish people suffered there many years ago. And he said what kept the Persian going, why this community do so well, is because they appreciate what they have in this country, in America. When they were there, they were suffering. When they came here, they appreciate. And he believed that the reason you call it Yehudi, Jew. What is the word Jew? From the word Yehuda, Judah. But why you have to call him Judah? You could call him Israelite. No, you don't call them Israelite. You don't call a Jew Israel. You call him Jewish. From the word Judah. But why do you call him Judah? Yehudim. Jewish. על שם שמודים להשם יתברך על כל דבר קטן וגדול שיודעים שהכל ממנו יתברך. That they thank God, the Jew, thank God about small thing and a big thing. Because they know everything came from him. Not only that, I don't know if you know, there is a mitzvah in the Talmud that you're thanking God for the good news and the bad news in the same way. ועל ידי זה יכולים ליגש. How do you get closer to God? Say שפת אמת. You want to get לגשת? You want to get closer? You have to come with הודאה. You have to come with gratitude and appreciation, then the door is open. וזה עצה בכל שעה. This is all the time work. Now you understand what שפת אמת did. It took us out of the story into a whole new level. והסתרת פנים לכל איש ישראל. Every time you go into a rough time and you feel you are in הסתרת פנים, nothing works. You try to bring money, nothing works. You try to bring glory, nothing works. You try to bring more people to make a difference in the world, nothing works. Nothing works. Relationship, nothing works. Children, nothing works. הסתר פנים מוחלט. What to do? הודיה. הודיה. יהודה. And when you have this odaya, when you have this gratitude, at that moment you have this gratitude, there is an opening. Let's understand it. הייתה להתבטל לרצון לשם השם מברך אדם, אצלו שגם בתוך האסתר יש חיות מרצון לשם יתברך. You gotta look inside, says Fatemet. When you go into a rough time, within the Esther, יש חיות. Within the nothing work, there you gotta find that this is a blessing. Not this is also a blessing, this is the blessing. Somebody sent me a text today, told me very bad things happen. And I answered, text, very good things happen. The Creator is involved. וזהו ויגש אליו השם יתברך. So when we talk about Yehuda get close to Yosef, it doesn't say Yosef. שפת אמת, it means he get closer to God. וגם כי זה נקרא הגשה ליוסף. כי יוסף, so why you call God יוסף? יוסף הוא נקודה פנימיות שיש בהשם יתברך, כמו שנאמר במקום אחר. ובאמת היה אז צר מאוד ליהודה. יוסף represent the blessing that cover with no blessing at all. That's what Yosef mean. And at that time, literally this story, Yehuda was going through a rough time. He promised his father Binyamin would come back with him, and he looked like losing the deal. והיה עצתו לידי הגשה זו לפנימיות הדבר. So when Yehuda get closer to Yosef, he was looking for the pnimiyut of the blessing of what he's going through. He's about to start a war with Egypt that he has no chance to win. He's about to lose his brother in that war. He has to make a decision. So he finds within those problems, it's gotta be a bracha. כי לא הוסיף בבקשה זו רק שחזר כל הדברים לעצמו. Because if you look at the Torah, he just repeat what happened. He doesn't add anything. He just say, that's what happened to us. I went to my father and then, why you have to repeat it to Yosef? The Midrash said that he didn't stop talking, that Yosef has to tell him, why you repeat all the story? להיות מיושרים אצלו לקבל רצון השם יתברך בשמחה. You know why he repeated? It was a rough time. So he repeated to himself until he will be accepting what he's going through with happiness. ועל ידי שבדברים שהוא מהשם יתברך, נתגלה הפנימיות. Once you find out that all those curses you're going through is a blessing, then you connect to the פנימיות that call יוסף. וכתיב, ולא יכל יוסף, שהוא הפנימיות להתאפק, ונתגלה הפנימיות. What does that mean? Yosef couldn't hold it anymore? Yosef meaning the creator, when a human being repeat to himself, I know that in this bad time there is a blessing. awakening automatically the pnimiut of Kudsha Barichu, of God, the light within, and then everything open up. וממילא הוציאו כל איש שההסתרות וחיצוניות שהם מסתירים בפנימיות נתבטלו. What does that mean after Yosef say, הוציאו כל איש מעליי, remove all the Egyptian, all the people around me. Why? Because when the pnimiut, what was the Egyptian there? There was soldier with knife, with sword, with spear. And then Yosef say, get them all out before I reveal myself to my brother. What does that mean? When you, as a human being, revealed to yourself that within the issue there is a blessing, all the chitzoni leave. All the curse disappear. And that's why, it says Sfat Emet, a person, even when you go to work, when you do different things, you have to find the chayut in everything. You have to find the livelihood in everything. As what? As, continue, when the Arizal say, Azamer b'shvachin, למעל גו פיתחין, לבחקת תפוחין. I will sing a song with appreciation, שבחין, למעל גו פיתחין, to above the entrance, לבחקת תפוחין, בחקת תפוחין קדישין, meaning the land of holy apple, meaning מלכות. וקשה, מהי גו פיתחין? היה צריך לומר, למעל בחקת תפוחין. אבל האמת, כי חקת תפוחין הוא בכל מקום. Where do you find this Chakal Tapuchin? Where do you find the land of holy apple? Where do you find it? כל מקום. All places. מלא כל הארץ כבודו. רק שעיקר העבודה לפתוח נקודה זו. It's true. The light of the Creator is everywhere. But there is work. And that work needed an effort. You make an effort, it's going to work. Like the story I used to say in Kabbalah, with the butterfly, if you help the butterfly to get out of the cocoon, you did good. But the butterfly will never be able to develop those muscles that actually help him to fly. So should you help the butterfly? In a way, no. The effort is necessary. Similar, says Sfat Emet, to Yom Chol and Shabbat. Shabbat, you connect to the pnimiut. Connect to the whole idea of pnimiut. Continue with Sfat Emet. And now we're coming to something that I struggled with a few minutes ago. The struggle I have, those of you who read the Parsha, it seemed like Yehuda lie. Where was the lie? It was in chapter 44, verse 20. ואחיו מת, and his brother died. It's not true, Yehuda. Why you tell this story to your brother Yosef? He didn't know it was Yosef. It's a lie. Nobody killed Yosef. You, Yehuda, was in charge to sell him to slavery. That's why maybe you deal with it. So, how do we answer that? Look what Sfat Emet said. במדרש מים עמוקים, באיש תבונה. And it said like this. ועיקר פירוש, ויגש אליו ליוסף. The main idea of Yehuda get closer to Yosef, כי באמת, אז שרה קנאת השבטים על יוסף. When Yehuda get closer to Yosef, the tribe were no longer jealous for Yosef. Why? They didn't even know it was Yosef. Look what happened. יהודה, וידע יהודה כי כבר תקנו החטא של בחירת יוסף. He knew by all the struggling with Binyamin and Shimon in prison, he knew they fixed it. They did the תיקון already. ולכן יש לומר שאמר ואחיו מת. When he say his brother die, שעל ידי זה שידע שכבר נתקן החטא. So you know that the sin is being מתוקן. How do you know that? Because all those struggles they're going through, it's for the sake of the תיקון. אם כן, אם עודנו בחיים, היה מתגלה להם. Because we know our brother. If he will be alive, he will be revealed himself. וראיה, שמיד כתיב ולא יכול יוסף להתאפק. It's very deep, by the way. Yehuda behavior causing Yosef to reveal himself. Yehuda behavior causing Yosef to... We understand that. More than that. Yehuda behavior get Yosef out of what we say conceal or death into very much alive. Why? Yehuda represent Malchut, right? Yosef represent the foundation of Zeir Anpin. The foundation of Zeir Anpin is Yesod. It's above this physical world. When the physical world want to connect to the spiritual world, there is a certain change. And the certain change that need to happen, it need to be in a place where you understand you have no longer choices. It's almost like a place of desperation. To win the whole concept of Yosef, which means connecting to the Creator, connecting to the light, connecting to a blessing, as we explained before, you have to have odaya, you have to have gratitude. The second thing is to understand that if it's not alive, then it's dead. What does that mean for us? If you no longer see the blessing in your life within the bad thing, there's only one answer. That pipe, that connection, it's not working. So that's why it seemed like Yehuda lied, and Rashi said that Yehuda lied. Rashi said he was afraid. And he did it from a political point of view. That's where he came from. Now, Sfat Emet continue, and he say what the Zohar said. במדרש המלכים נועדו יחדיו. The king gathered together. And the Zohar said that's what you're supposed to do before you pray Shmoneh Esrei, before you pray Amida. You're supposed to say Baruch Ata Hashem Ga'al Israel, and immediately start Hashem Sefatai Tiftach. But what does that mean? The tribe had an argument. But it's not an argument that you and me can fully understand, because we might judge them to have that argument because something went wrong with them and they hate each other. No. We talk about Shvatim, Rabotai. We talk about Shvatim. Talk about the tribes. Those tribes connect to the Shekhinah of Kudsha Baruch Hu, connect to the female aspect of God. They cannot go wrong, so why they have an argument? Because the main thing is Yosef and Yehuda. דיני מלך ומוח לב כבד, מול נרן. The king, what is a king? Moach, brain, heart, and liver. The initial is melech, corresponding to naran, nefesh, ruach, neshama. Moach, neshama. Heart, lev, ruach. Liver, nefesh. And where do you make the war normally? In your heart. לאדם מערכי לב, אורכי מלחמה. As we said in Rosh Hashanah, the man has a war of his heart. וזו העבודה שבלב, תפילה, בחינת יהודה. ודוד המלך, עליו השלום. What is the heart needed when you pray? Like King David, he wrote all the book of Psalm. Most of the tefillah come from King David. וכתיב, לב יודע מרת נפשו, כי עיקר הגלות בנפש שמולבש בכבד. Where is the bitterness of the heart come from? From the liver, from the gallbladder. So that's the nefesh. So the לב is the רוח. וייתכן שהוא בחינת בנימין. זה כתוב בצאת נפשה, בלידת בנימין, והרוח הוא הממוצע בין מוח לכבד. So the רוח, the spirit, the heart, is between the brain and the liver. והוא עולה ויורד שיש לו עלייה למוח, וירדה לכבד. And when the person elevates itself, it's going to the brain. When it goes down, it goes to the liver. Like in the grave, as Dari said. The nefesh, not the ruach, not the neshama, the nefesh. חופף על הגוף, staying there in the grave. והרוח עולה ויורד. And the ruach go up and down. So when Yehuda said to Yosef, I promise that I'm taking care of Binyamin. What does that mean? הרוח ערב על הנפש. The ruach, the spirit say, I have to save the nefesh. להוצילה מאפלה לאורה. וכן בעבודת הבורא, the same like spiritual work, spiritual identity. במחשבה, דיבור ומעשה. How do you worship God? Mind, talk, and action. Mind, talk, and action. אבל על ידי זה הרוח בקול, בדיבור בתורה. The spirit, the ruach come by the voice of study, Torah, and pray. Then you can fix the nefesh. והרמז וקולך ערב. ולכן הלב יודע ומרגיש בצרת הנפש והגוף. That's what the heart always feel if there is problem in the body or problem in the nefesh. But when the heart elevate and connect to the brain, יש לו חירות ובשמחתו לא יתערב זר. When a person is capable to raise himself from the heart, which is the ruach, to the neshama, which is the brain, then he has freedom. כי כל התערובת שיורד על הנפש והכבד, אבל שמתדבק במוח ונשמה מתעלה, זה ויגש אליו יהודה. What does that mean, ויגש אליו יהודה? Yehuda get closer. Where did he get closer to? Get closer to Yosef. Yosef at that time was a king. So he went to the melech, he went to the mem, to the moach. ליוסף, שהוא בחינת מוח, בנשמה. והוא בחינת שבת, and that's also שבת. שמו זכור ושמו. And it's also Yosef from the Musaf. And then it say it was nobody when Yosef talked to his brother. There was nobody there. That was Sfat Emet. I just want to give you a little bit of Sfat Emet before moving to another section. All new idea about Yehuda and Yosef. I hope it finds you well, because I know that some of you who don't study that style might be kind of hard things for you. But it's very important for me that you connect to Sfat Emet, as this is very powerful. You know, people ask me, if to go to righteous grave. Depends. You go there to eat, to have a feast, or you go there to connect to the tzaddik. It's a question. Sfat Emet teaches a great lesson. Vayigash Eliyahu Jian, Yehuda get closer to spirituality. And we know moach, lev kaved, brain, heart, and liver. The liver is the bitter, it's all the negativity. The gallbladder, all the negativity. The heart is the prayer, the study of Torah. When you feel down, connect to your mind. Connect to your mind. Once you connect to your mind, it's all working. It's all working. Let's take a few minutes to connect to the mind. Think about one issue you have right now in your life, or somebody you love have an issue. Describing it into your meditation as dark thing. Now in your mind, please invite the heart to go up. Because when you feel that problem again and again and again, that when the heart gets stuck in the liver. When the heart stuck in the liver, it stay bitter, because that's the nefesh. So elevate your heart to your mind. Connect to Yosef. Connect to Tosafot, to additional. Because there, everything is okay. Try to do it as often as you can tomorrow, because I want to give you more study, but it can help a lot, because when you meditate moach, lev kaved, it's an endless amount of energy you're going to have. Yes, we all have issues, we all have problems, we all have tikkunim. I know some people that so ashamed about what they're doing that they don't even get closer to God, because they're ashamed. So that's when they become God. You cannot become God. You cannot decide if you're worthy or not worthy. It's not your business to say I'm worthy. It's not your business also to say I'm not worthy. Saying I'm not worthy is the same like to say I'm worthy. It's the same ego, it's just different color. You have to go and beg. The idea is the beg, the creator. And then the creator will decide. If you don't believe there is a boss to this universe, then well, why we study here? I mean, I believe there is a boss to this universe. Yes, we're falling. Yes, we sometimes do mistake. But there is a boss. So I want to take you to the Zohar now. verse 62. ולא יכל יוסף להתאפק. Yosef couldn't hold it anymore. The Zohar also take a whole new destination. Verse Samech Gimel in Sulam. So what is this Yosef? He was a king. Let's understand it. So a human has many kind of people. Righteous, wicked, stupid, wise, rich and poor. And all of it God created that they can help each other, righteous and wicked. The righteous is supposed to help the wicked to become better. If you consider yourself a good person and you don't help 10 people a day, a week, a month, 10 people, then you are the wicked. So look for somebody to help you. Either you're wicked or righteous. If you don't help 10 people, you are wicked. If you are wicked, then look for righteous to help you. Otherwise, why there is wise? So they can help the stupid one. Why there is rich? To help the poor. That's how you get connection to the tree of life. What is the tree of life? Everything is good. Everything is perfect. There's no good and bad. There's no up and down. It's all perfect. How? So say the Zohar, ועל זה אומר הכתוב, פזר נתן לאביונים. Somebody has to spread his charity like that, פזר, לפזר, to spread it out. לאביונים. So a person, it took $5 single, put it on the table, and he pray, and when people come to us for charity, he give. He doesn't look at their face, he just give. But it was not enough people who came, so he stayed with some money. He didn't know what to do. So I saw him looking at some board, and he just threw the money there and disappeared. Because he knew that he's supposed to לפזר, to spread it out. ולא עוד, אלא הצדקה הזו שהוא עושה, that's charity is doing, עומדת לעד, will last forever. דהיינו שהנוקבה נבלט ממנה, שנקראת עד, שכתוב את צדקה עומד לעד. זה רבי אלעזר, כאשר ברא הקדוש ברוך הוא, when God created the world, he put it on one pillar, named צדיק, righteous, יסוד. And this tzaddik is the foundation of everything. And he's taking care of the female, the vessel, and everything like that. In the Zohar, because of our time and my explanation, maybe I can say it. The Zohar is doing Gizra Shava on Bereshit. It's taking us to Genesis. When the river in Genesis say it's split to different direction, and he nourished the garden. We know what the garden is, Malchut, the Nukva. And everybody wants to drink from that river. And we all want money. We all want glory. We all want something. And when we want this something, we want more. So the tzaddik, which is Yosef, which is Yesod, he's the one who spread out everything. He spread out. Without him, nothing will work. So I'm skipping, and it says, so what is Yesod? Gabay tzedakah. Somebody who raising money for others. Like what Vital is doing, like Giving for Love is doing. If you don't know what we're doing with that, join us. We not just help Marines, we help everybody. Baruch Hashem, with your money and your help and your time, that's how we make a difference. You know how many people benefit because of you? Every penny you're giving us make a difference. Every little dollar is another socks for people who don't have. Every other dollar is another piece of bread. We don't just give spirituality, we try to give that, but some people want physicality before spirituality. We've got to help that too. What can you do? So what we're doing, we are גבאי צדקה. לכונן ולזון את הכל. אלו כל העניים שבצילה של השכינה. Why? Because the Shekhinah is taking care of all the people who need. בשביל זה גבאי צדקה מקבלים שכר. That's how we ever raise money from others to give to others. You get a lot of reward. נגד כולם שנתנו להם בצדקה. היא אותה מרכבה. So in a moment you raise money for other people, you become the מרכבה of יסוד. You become the chariot of יסוד. You become Yosef. That's it. Tomorrow we need to build a place of vital, one in New York, one in Florida, and one in Israel. So let's say we want to raise $1 million, and you're capable to raise that money with us. You become Yosef, you become Gabbai Tzedakah. So what does that mean according to the Zohar? לא יכול יוסף להתאפק. Yosef couldn't hold it anymore. Because Yosef want to give so much to the Nukva. He didn't want nobody to be there. And here the prophecy, verse 68, Sulam. In the end of time, when God will bring the Knesset Israel from afar, Knesset Israel, after the temple was destroyed, the Shekhinah doesn't look as beautiful as she looked before the temple was exist. She's in the dirt with us for 2,000 years. Shlomo HaMelech tried to correct the Shekhinah through Shir HaShirim, to the book songs. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai went to the kever, wrote Tikunei HaZohar to correct the Shekhinah. All the tzaddikim try. I cannot say all their names because I don't know enough. But Rabbi Isaac Luria, Rabbi Chaim Vital, of course, Rabbi Yosef Karo, Ramban, every rabbi, that was the mission. להקים שכינתה מעפרה. To resurrect the Shekhinah from the dirt up. That was the purpose. So in the end of time, in the Geulah, God will resurrect the Shekhinah. So he'd say it was nobody around Yosef, and trying to think of Yosef as the tzaddik who resurrect the Shekhinah, and didn't want anybody there, meaning all those people who make Jewish people suffer. Who are those Jewish people? Which is a subject that people don't like to talk about. Like people say, shh, don't say Jewish, say Israelite. We need to talk about it. I mean, I don't need to tell you the anti-Semitism in the world is growing like never before. Those of you from Paris, you know what happened today in Paris. They tried to do some election. I mean, just think about it like this. I mean, the hatred against Jewish people, it's not proportional. You don't have like Jewish people who go in Fifth Avenue with guns and shooting people. It's rumors. Oh, those people are bad. Rumors. Like it was in the time of the Nazi. Big nose. They hate you because you're rich. They hate you because you're poor. They hate you because you're smart. They hate you because you're stupid. The people around Yosef that guard him is the people that are not Jewish that's supposed to protect the Jewish people. Those are special people. They are the support of Joseph. They have a mission. What's their mission? It's to spread the rumors and to protect the Jewish name. Why is the Jewish so important? Is it because I'm Jewish I'm saying it? It's not fair. Would I say it if I wouldn't be Jewish? I hope so. It's not about the Jewish. It's about God have a choice. Try to imagine the most important customer walk into your store. And you're selling 100 type of chocolate. that customer pick up a chocolate that you think it's not the best. It doesn't look great. You don't think it's sweet enough. You don't think it's big enough. You don't think it's have enough fat so it will have flavor. But that's what the most important customer chooses. Would you respect his choice? The problem in anti-Semitism, it's not people hating Jew. That's the Jewish are there to appreciate. That's why I say in the beginning, Yehuda, leodot, to have gratitude. The problem is that people disrespect God's choice. Vaitim li la'am, he will become my nation. And for that reason, Yosef said, everybody out. So in the end of time, it will be, God will show the nation that he chose the Jewish for a good reason, and he didn't do a mistake. And I hope whoever listened to it passed the message, wake up the people around the world. Don't become a potato couch. Couch potato? Sorry, Debbie correct me, couch potato. I like to say potato couch, because they look like a shape of potato after they sit for too long, no? Just go out there and fight. Not if you're Jew. If you're Jew, don't go out there and fight. You can say some words to defend yourself. But it's going to be the Gentile, it's going to be the Goy who help the Jewish people to bring the Messiah. It's going to be a non-Jew who help the Jew to bring the Messiah. And if that will not happen, pain will continue. COVID will continue, and everything will continue. We need the Goyim, we need the non-Jewish people to help removing the anti-Semitism from Yosef, so that can happen. And how do you know if you have it in you? If inside of you, you know that you don't have desire to become a Jew, you're just there to become the weapon of the Creator, to defend those chosen people so they can make it, then definitely you are a tzaddik. So I just want to end up with the understanding that this parasha, it seemed like a story, a wonderful story, but there is more than a story. Much more than a story. And we should stop comparing ourselves, if I'm Jewish or not, if I'm Muslim or Hindu. You have a mission. Everybody has a mission. The Jewish were chosen to bring spirituality to the world. Very simple. What about the Christian? What about the Muslim? I mean, let's open a conversation. I hope one day we'll have an open conversation. I mean, I don't think any religion was established in the Bible. There was only one religion established in the Bible. It's called Judaism. Very simple. How to eat, how to do circumcision, it's all there. Why you come up with people who fool you that other religion was invented after? Why? Why do you do it to yourself? Now you want to believe in it? Good. Don't hate the Jewish people because of that. Don't hate them. They have a mission. They have a mission. And that mission will happen with you or without you, with me or without me. It will happen. Not because of me, not because of the Jewish, it's because of God. That's his game. He is the ruler. And that's what he wants. That's what he wants. So the message for you guys, Vayigash Yehuda, when you get closer, it can become like this. Chas v'shalom, God forbid. Or it can become, I'm going to get closer, so I can protect you, so I can guide you, because you have a mission. No wonder why in the Quran, because if you read the Quran, there's a section that speaks about the Jewish people. And it says we have to help them and protect them so they can bring the Messiah. Why would they say that? And I have to find it for you. I have the Quran, I read it in Hebrew, it's beautiful. And when you think about it, let's do it already. Let's stop. Try to be something I'm not. The hardest thing to do in this life is to be yourself. So be yourself already. If you're a devoted Christian, continue with that. That's what you want. That's what you need to be. If you're devoted Hindu, good. Muslim, continue. But don't hate the Jew. How can you cut the tree that you're standing on it? You're high on the tree. The roots of that tree was Judaism. Judaism is the foundation of all religion. Now, if people will tell you Kabbalah is the foundation of all religion, good. What is Kabbalah? Kabbalah without the Jewish law is not a Kabbalah. If you just practice Kabbalah without the Jewish law, it's not a Kabbalah. What is it? I don't know what it is. You cannot understand Kabbalah without practice the Jewish law. I mean, I can teach it to you and it will sound cool, but you need the infrastructure. And the infrastructure has to be combined. The vessel is the halacha, is the law. The spirituality is the fulfillment. The Jewish people's mission is to spread wisdom to the world, guys. That's our job. And we have to help the world to accept the Jewish people and make them making it. You found it in the Quran?
Yeah.
What does it say?
It says, we made the covenant with the children of Israel. You shall not serve any but Allah, and you shall do good to your parents and to the near of kin.
But it doesn't say to protect them there, because it says...
And our hearts are covered and protect them. Allah has
it says to protect them.
Yeah.
So the Muslims say to protect them.
Yeah.
It's a mission. Guys, in the Quran it said to protect them. So what are we doing? What are we doing? If you meet a Jew, say to them, did you pray today? Did you study Zohar? Did you study Torah? Did you study Quran? That's your job. If you're not a Jew, help them. Say, what can I help you that you can study? What can I help you so you can eat kosher? I need you. You are a minority in the world. You are not even 0 something percent, nothing. What are you, 12 billion people in the world? That's it. That's all the Jewish people in the world. And only maybe 3 billion practice. That's it. Help those people to make it. We gotta make sure they make it, because if they make it, we make it. That's it. Just think about it. I mean, when David B decided to help the Jewish Orthodox in the different part of the army, the U.S. Army, the Air Force, the Marines, everywhere, the Coast Guard, and we start sending them food and money and different things. Those Jewish Orthodox who serve in the American army, it wasn't easy for them. They're going through a very tough time. We gotta support, we gotta help. So please, get out of your brain, feel the pain, and do Vayigash of Yehuda. Do that part. Do that Yehuda come closer to yourself. That's how you make it different. I hope that message comes across well. If you're judging me, that's when you got the message. If you don't judge me, you didn't get the message. If you judge me, but you actually want to do something about it and you want to join us, you got the message too. But if you're numb to the message, why are you watching spiritual lecture? Go play on the beach, go have some party. Spirituality is for people who want to make a difference, not the people who want to become smarter in lecture. We need people who take some action. So I'll tell you what, this week, David me would like to hear from you, that you help at least 5 people. And if you don't know where is those 5 people, we will help you. How to start helping more and more people. Especially now, especially this time. If you cannot help them in the United States, we will help you to help them in Israel. Not in Israel and Europe, not in Europe and Africa. We're going to help a lot of people. All right. Thank you very much and have a lovely evening and happy late Hanukkah. Hanukkah is over, but I hope all the miracle come true. Thank you.